Okay, guys, we're all going to share the shot. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Woo, woo. Yeah. Get some energy in the house.
Woo!
Awesome. Okay, you guys, so we are recording. And I'm so excited for this call, you guys, because we do have a special guest. And this special guest actually is the brains behind the eShot. So you can all thank him. You can go and you can write him letters and go to his wall and say, thank you so much for the brains behind that, because we live off of those. Those are in our house every single day. And this special guest is actually the son of Jim and Kathy Coover. He is a senior vice president of global field development, and he's a board member. He actually is a dear friend of mine. So I've known Erik for 6.5 years, and I was there one of the very first start parties, and it was small and cute. No, I'm just kidding. But it was small, and it's just really fun to see like where start has gone and how massive it is, and truly like honestly how, I'm sorry, I'm muting people as I'm speaking, so I'm going through. You guys make sure you guys are muted. I'm just so excited because really how it's grown. This start demographic has grown so much, and it's just a beautiful community of people. And I'm excited for Erik to share with you guys more about what this movement is, who it's truly for, and because I know that this community has given me a purpose. This community has given me like a place. I feel like it's a sense of belonging with these people, and so I really am forever grateful for it, and I know that there's so many more who are as well. So Erik, welcome. Thank you for being here. And I just really honestly want to ask, tell me a little bit, who is START for? What's the demographic? Like what type of person would really fit into START?
Great. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes, perfect. Awesome. Well, first off, thank you, Meredith, for hosting this call, stepping up. I know that I've kind of been seeing all over social media this call series going, and I know you're opening it up to everybody, just totally embodying the culture of Isagenix. And it's great to see everybody's faces. Nothing like starting a call with one of these little bad boys. I pretty much have them coursing through my veins on a daily basis. They keep me going when I'm traveling, and I have at least 2 a day, and it's kind of started to creep up to 3, but just don't tell compliance that. But anyway, I love them. So it's so START is one of the things that gets me so excited every single day. It's been around now for almost 7 years, which is crazy. And really the demographic is anybody the ages of between 18 and 35 years old. And really the whole context of START and really who it's for. I mean, to me, Isagenix is such a vehicle and it's the right vehicle to really mobilize you in any direction that your life wants to go in. So if you want like just better health, if you want to lose, 5-10 pounds, you want more energy, want to put on more lean muscle mass, if you want to start earning more income, if you want to start contributing to the world in big ways, whatever it is that you want to do with your life, you may have some huge project that you want to do, and you just want to have enough money to be able to go fund it. Isagenix can be such a remarkable vehicle to go fund that dream. And so to me, Isagenix is just kind of like the vehicle that mobilizes everybody's passions and dreams and really what lights them up. And that's what START represents for me. That's why it's called START. 7 years ago, when we started this movement of young people 18 to 35, it was all about start your life. Start making your own decisions, your ideal body, contributing to the world. Whatever it is you want to start, Isagenix is a vehicle. For me, like 10 years ago, I wanted to play professional golf, and that was my dream. And my parents sat me down one day and they said, we're not going to be your sponsors. We're not going to go pay your way. We'll support you, but we're basically cutting you off by the time when you graduate. But Isagenix can be a vehicle that if you apply yourself, you go to work now, you can really go fund your dream by the time you graduate if you really go to work, spend your last 2 years of school working in Isagenix business. So they kind of casted the vision of what my life could look like if I just went to work, got consistent and passionate about attracting young people to Isagenix. And so that's what I encourage everybody is it's like, find out what really lights people up and gets them fired up and inspired, especially young people. And then just show them how Isagenix, because most people, they just don't have a vehicle. Like they're either stuck in something that they're not enjoying. And if they're enjoying it, whether it be a 9-to-5 job or whatever, that's great. Love it. Awesome. Keep doing it. But the truth is that, there's a lot of people out there that are doing things. They're spending a lot of hours every single day on something that they hate or something that just doesn't light them up and doesn't, allow them to be fulfilled. And those hours are just being sucked away from time away where they could be spending more time with their kids or their family or doing something they love. And so all I know is that this planet needs more young people doing what they love. And so from the very beginning, START has just been that kind of catalyst to get more young people doing what they love. And it just comes with a remarkable community of people that are passionate, that are inspired, that are really grounded in contribution. And so that's what it's for, or that's who it's for. People, young people who are just kind of in a situation now that maybe they're just going through the motions, or maybe they haven't found what they're passionate about, or maybe they know what they're passionate about, but they don't know how to really capitalize on creating whatever it is they want to create. And they're looking to align themselves with people that really will move them forward in a positive direction. That's really who this movement is for.
That's so awesome. Yeah, it is. And it's for what's amazing to me is seeing all of these START people. Like some people in Australia are living in their vans, they're traveling around Australia and they're living off in freedom and doing what they love and helping other people, in their path, whoever they meet. It's amazing. So
that's right. Well, the thing is, just real quick, what I know, and when I see all these pictures of people, living in their van or they're just working on the beach or whatever, what's so cool is that what I know about millennials, Gen Z, kind of the next generation, is that this generation would much rather be living and working from the beach and earning $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year, or wherever, and not be tied to an office or whatever. They'd much rather be doing that than earning $250,000 a year and being stuck in something that they're spending 10 to 14 hours every single day on something they're not enjoying, and it's taking them away from their family, and it's taking them away from other things that they love. And so this business model of network marketing, it's been so ahead of every single trend for so long, and it just continues to be ahead of trend and on trend with everything that we're seeing out there today. And so that's why I think young people get so inspired by it, is because it allows them to live a life of freedom and not be kind of chained to something that they're not enjoying.
Right. And it's just really, truly just time freedom is all we are asking for, is just time freedom and us to choose where we spend our time. And just you're right with this minimalistic kind of way of life, people saying, I'd rather give up all of this and be able to live and do and be with the people that I love and do whatever I want on my terms. And that is true. Our generation is just doing that. So with that said, let's switch over to how do we, let's help the people who are not START demographic, that are older, but they have nieces and nephews, and they've got these people in their life that they want to show this opportunity to, but they really don't really know how would they really get somebody to take a look at this at this age?
Well, I get that question all the time. And the first thing is, if you're consider yourself older, if you're whatever older is, first off, don't try to go speak like a young person, because that's just weird. I had people be like, how do I speak like I'm like 18 or 20, 25 years old, and they're like 60. That's like really weird if you go to try to do that. So I will just guarantee you that that probably won't end well. And so, but what you can do is you can mobilize what we have going on in the START group. I mean, right now we have close to 70,000 people that are 18 to 35 that are part of this young community that are enjoying the Isagenix products. They're participating on a small level and some a huge level in our compensation plan. So use that as your biggest tool and let young people know and be honest with them. I mean, you could go up to somebody young or be chatting with somebody young and say, you know, I totally love your energy and I'm so inspired by your generation. It actually inspires me to like be young and think young and just behave young. And I'm working with a company right now that's showing people just like you how to take control of their health and really how to own their life financially, and go out and pursue the things that they want to pursue. I think you would be incredible at it. Do you have a moment to take a look at it, or would you watch something if I sent it to you that kind of would educate you on these young people that are creating all this freedom? I think you'd really resonate with it. So really what you're doing is you're just, again, leveraging the START group, not saying, again, this is for somebody that's over the age of 35. You're not saying you're in it, but you're saying, hey, I'm working with a company that is literally showing young people how to take control of their health and also their finances. They're showing people how to pursue their passions and get unstuck from all the stuff that is kind of holding them back in their life. And this group is over like 70,000 people. They're from all over the world. Some of the most positive, motivated people I've ever seen. Like I really see that in you. Would you be open to taking a look? Or would you be open to coming to this event? Or whatever the invitation is. That's how I would leverage the group. So you're just leveraging the group in that you're telling people kind of what it is, because let's face it, Isagenix is showing young people every single day they're showing young people how to take ownership of their life physically and financially and live a life of contribution. That is something that's happening right now. It's going to be something that's happening tomorrow. So tell that story. You know, don't feel like you have to be like, well, you know, I'm trying to fire up all these young people, because that's not really going to work. Just say, hey, this is what I know is true about the company that I'm aligned with. And then just direct them to, you know, the startyourlife.com website, show them one of the tools or videos. Have them listen to one of the calls that we've done, you know, plug them into the Facebook page. What I know for sure is that young people are so driven and moved by one thing they want is social proof. So it's kind of like, are there other young people in this company doing this? Or am I going to be like the lone wolf that's like trying to help all these young people amongst, you know, all these 50, 60, 70-year-olds? Or is this real? Like, are there actually young people here? And so plug them into the startyourlife.com and also the Start Facebook page, because that is literally 70,000 people's worth of social proof, before and after, success stories, like community. And that's what young people really, really want to align with. Now, in the beginning, when we first began Start, that was not that easy, because our Facebook group had like 7 people when we first started. There was just hardly anybody in there. But it, you know, slowly started to happen year after year after year. More and more young people started to show up. And so now we've got this community that is showing up every single day. So that's how I would leverage the .com site, the Facebook group, but really just educate people on like how much Isagenix is helping young people. I mean, at our events at Celebration, we had that Start 1000 segment, and it was like nuts how many young people have hit the rank of 3-star Golden Circle or above. And you could leverage that whole program and say, you know, one of my company's visions is to help support and create 1,000 6-figure income earners under the age of 35 by 2020. And I'm looking for some young, passionate, motivated people to link arms with that really want to align with that vision. And I'm looking for just a few people who want to capture that. And so kind of utilize the programs that we have in place to kind of cast a vision on potential young people that could be interested in START?
Dude, that was epic. Like, I wrote notes. Hopefully you guys are still, like, you got pen, paper, you're taking notes, because social proof and leveraging the START, just any stories, but the START 1000 just alone, that's amazing. I mean, how many we already have? I think what are we at right now? 300, or what are we at?
I've got to go check. It changes weekly. I think it's like 315 or something like that.
So amazing.
It's a lot.
And for those of you who are of age and have not hit that yet, there's still time. So don't stop. Go run for that. You can do it. You can do it. And I think that's the biggest thing too when talking to people, is having them know that they can actually achieve this. Because a lot of times, I know when one of my very first events, I was like, oh, I wouldn't be able to do it. I won't be able to hit that. Those people are special, and just realizing you have within you what it takes to actually achieve that. So that's something that I think would help too. Okay, so quickly, let's see. Our next question was, okay, where is Isagenix headed? Even just START, headed with conservation and contribution.
Great. Well, the first thing about, just back to START real quick, and kind of where it's headed, where it started. A lot of people think that START just kind of began and it just blew up and it was just so big and it just like happened overnight. And they think that because people show up at events, it's like, well, look at all these young people. This is crazy. This is so cool. I know, Meredith, you said you've been with Isagenix for like 6.5 years. You were at the first START party, which literally, you put it extremely nicely that it was like cute. It was more like a really lame high school dance party. I mean, it was like just, it was rough. And when I'm not lying, when 7 people joined initially, and at the end of the first year, we had about 1,700 people that were 18 to 35. End of the second year, we had about 7,000. And then it really hit a tipping point after about 2.5 years. And this was consistent daily action of being on calls like this, of traveling out to events, of just casting a vision on people that it may or may not have been for. But the truth is that if you get so fired up about something and you get lit up about an opportunity, and you cast a vision on people, and you do it consistently, eventually that vision is going to land on good people. And so after a year, 2 years, then all of these young people started to eventually show up. Kelly and Tyler Dicker started to show up. Emily and Haver started to show up. My wife, Peta, started to show up. Ross and Danielle Thompson started to show up. And then it was just like a cascade effect. And and again, it was about the 2.5 to 3 year mark what really hit a tipping point, and then it became the fastest growing segment of Isagenix. And it shows that just, if you are so consistent and persistent and you're enthusiastic about something, eventually you're going to link arms with people who believe in what you believe in. So, and I know that to me, START really represents kind of the next generation of Isagenix and the legacy that is Isagenix. It's the legacy that's in action every single day. And I've always had, a big vision for START being more than just about Isagenix. It's about really, and what I think is so powerful about it, it's about creating lasting change in the world where young people can get healthy, they can start earning income to take care of their family and create what they want to create. But they can also start recirculating some of that income and time to go make a big impact in the world and create real change in the world. And that's why I think this movement's been sustainable over time. And that's where I see Isagenix going in the future. It's kind of like our culture is so infectious. And I feel like our culture is probably the best product that we have in the company. And our culture transforms people. When people get into our culture, and they have people starting to believe in them, they're challenged, they get around personal growth, they get around just a different environment of people, they start to drift in such a positive direction. And it's kind of like, I've always had the vision for not only START, but Isagenix, is it's like, if you were to drop anybody in Isagenix or in START in any place in the world, that part of the world would kind of just start to show up differently and would start to impact would start to be made because of the way one single individual is starting to show up. That's the potential impact that we have on people all around us every single day, whether it's one person that you're just coming in contact with. And so that's what our culture has done so much for me personally. And, but what I know is that in the next 3 to 5 years, Isagenix, over the last 16, we've kind of been on our way to a household name, and we've gone from a relatively small company to a big player in the arena of wellness. We've done it massively in the US and Canada, Australia, New Zealand, starting to gain a lot of traction around the world, in Europe now. And so what I see in the next 5 years is that, when people start thinking about losing weight, when people start thinking about in their daily life, just wanting to participate in life more fully and start taking ownership of their life physically and financially, living a life of contribution, living a purposeful life, they're going to start turning to Isagenix. Similar to what you see today is people start thinking about buying a piece of technology, they turn to iPhone. People start thinking about buying clothes or athletic gear, they turn to Nike. I talked about this at Celebration. In 5 years' time, when people start thinking about living a healthy and purposeful life, they're going to turn to us. But it's only because all of our commitment to go out and share this gift of Isagenix with people on a daily basis. And I shared this recently, but people in the next 5 years, they are going to hear about Isagenix, and you're starting to hear it now. It's like, have you heard of Isagenix? And people start saying, yeah, I've heard that name, but I don't really know what it is. Some people still have no idea what it is. But over the next 5 to 10 years, people are going to know about Isagenix. And the question is, are they going to hear about it from you, or are they going to hear about it from somebody that, or somebody else told them? Because your friends, your coworkers, your neighbors, they're all going to hear about it. And so we can't let our just personal stuff that's holding us back from sharing this gift with people hold us back from sharing this with people that we love, people that we care about, people that are around us every single day. And so I just think that we really are just getting started. If you knew the investment that was being made over the next just 3 years in our digital transformation, it's just insane where this company is going, because we don't want to build a company for where we are today. We want to build a company for where we're going in the future. And so that's what going back to what my parents have always believed in, is at the heart of this company. At the end of the day, for my mom and dad and I know PETA, it's about just the fulfillment that comes when you hear people that their lives have been changed through Isagenix, whether it's the health aspect, the financial aspect. And so we can't afford to get stingy about sharing this gift with people, and especially our compensation plan. It's easy to share the products with people, or it's easier for most people to go out and share the products with people because it's easy to get an experience because our products are so great, and that's so awesome. But people out in the world are struggling, if not more financially than they are physically. The amount of financial pain that's going on just in the US, of people just making ends meet, of people having to travel every single week. So they have to go support their family, spending time away from their family, missing some of the most precious moments. I've never been more grateful for the financial wellness opportunity of Isagenix than I have been over the last 14 months since our daughter's soul came into the world. It's allowed me to be so present with her, not miss the special moments that come from being a dad for the first time. It's allowed PETA, my wife, to be like the most present mom and just be there for Soul, not having to put her in a daycare. That is one of the true gifts of Isagenix. And to be truthful, those stories that I get to hear when I travel out and spend time on the road are more, even more fulfilling to me than hearing about the health stories. I mean, the health stories are moving, but it's the financial stories that are like that just move people to just such tears. And so we have to become bold at sharing this financial wellness opportunity with people. And every time that you're not sharing this, at least planting the seed in people's head that they can earn income with Isagenix, you're taking away part of the gift of Isagenix, because the products, the business opportunity, and the culture, that's the true gift. Sure, the products are a big gift, but if you're only talking about the products, you're leaving out 2/3 of the gift. You're just talking about the product. You're just talking about the culture, you're leaving out 2/3. If you're just talking about product and culture, you're leaving out a big 1/3 with that financial wellness opportunity. And so people are looking for this every day now more than ever, whether it be Uber drivers, people selling things on Amazon. And we have, like one of the greatest economies of all in this Isagenix economy, where people can get on our products, start sharing things that they love on a daily basis, and get paid, an amount for that. I mean, it's just so on trend with what people need right now, and it always has been. And so I think over the next year, you're really going to start to see us as a company and everybody out there starting to follow about really getting bold and aggressive about what this compensation plan can do for people. Because, and I'm going to be so bold to say that there is no other compensation plan in network marketing like Isagenix. None. I mean, people come into our office from other companies, and they start getting excited with the products. They start getting excited about the people they start to meet. But then we come in and draw the comp plan, and they literally can't even believe it. And so, and it just blows my mind about how many people aren't sharing that with people. They're not drawing out the compensation plan. They're not asking the question, when they're enrolling people, about if you could earn a certain dollar amount in the next 90 days, or what dollar amount over the next 90 days would make a huge difference in your life. And for most people, that dollar amount is literally if I could make an extra $500 over the next 90 days, that would be so huge for me. How easy is it to show somebody how to make $500 with our comp plan? I mean, you literally enroll 3 people and it's done. And so ask those right questions, and then be bold in sharing the compensation plan with these people. And you'll be amazed at how many people light up or say, I had no idea you could make money with this. Why didn't you tell me sooner? So, and I get it. Of course, there's going to be people I don't want to share with anybody. Don't talk to me about it. Okay, fine. But start thinking about people that that could benefit from this, because trust me, you're going to start feeling results within days on these products, and you're going to start having people ask what you're doing. And I'd rather have the money that, go to you, or Isagenix would rather have that money be paid to you for sharing that with people than go to them by advertising on some billboard or in some commercial. So just keep that in mind.
That's so good. Oh my gosh. And somebody just commented they cried when they heard the compensation plan coming from a different company. And we had somebody ask 6 times, are you sure? Are you sure? And we counted, we're like, yes, we're sure this is how, but he came from a different company. And so they're blown away. So if you take that opportunity away from them, they have no idea. And I know in the beginning I built product only. I'm too scared to talk about the money. And that is common, but really ask yourself why you're scared, because it's truly just showing them something, asking, do you want fries with that? And if they say no, okay, that's their decision, but at least you gave them that opportunity to say yes or no. They don't know what they're saying no to if you don't give them the opportunity. So it's critical. I have a few questions actually coming in, Erik. So the teams that you see currently experiencing the most momentum, what is setting them apart?
Okay, I will say the number one thing So these Zoom calls are awesome. You got to love technology. But the people who are growing the most right now are people who have not lost focus of how important this business is building belly to belly and face to face. So we've seen a lot of people kind of with Zoom and all this Facebook Live and all this technology come out. We've seen people's focus shift from, oh, this is so cool. Now I don't have to host the lunch party anymore. I don't have to go do the Super Saturday. I don't have to go, do the meeting that I used to do every single week or once every 2 weeks. I can just do it online. And so the people that we've seen completely shift their focus and are doing everything via Zoom is we've seen their businesses start to plateau. This Zoom platform is awesome to complement the belly-to-belly and face-to-face community aspects that network marketing brings. So I'm not saying get rid of Zoom. I'm not saying get rid of the Facebook Lives. I'm saying add them to your repertoire, but never lose focus of that face-to-face tasting party that you're having in your home. Never lose focus of that Wellness Wednesday or the Timeout Tuesday or the Healthy Happy Hour that you have in your house or that your teams are having in their house. Never lose focus of the Super Saturday that you were once hosting, because nothing replaces face-to-face, belly-to-belly interaction and getting people into this community. Again, the community is one of the most important products that we have. And people, they can get a glimpse of it on stuff like this, but they get the true feeling of it when they come to an event. And it can be an event of 3 people in your kitchen. Or it can be an event of 500 people at the hotel, a Super Saturday. It doesn't matter, but it's the face-to-face interaction and doing that consistently. I'm telling you, those people that haven't lost sight of that, and they've kind of just used Zoom and Facebook Live and Instagram and everything like that to complement their like face-to-face consistent launch parties and live events. Those are the people that are growing. We're seeing it the most right now in New Zealand. New Zealand is a place of 4 million, country of 4 million people, and it's the 4th largest market out of 17 in Isagenix, and it's up 40% this year. A lot of you got to see, if you're in Nashville, Gabby Dean, who's also a Start Ambassador, train, and you'll see if you follow her on Facebook or on Instagram. It seems like every day she's like in somebody's room, like doing a selfie with just packed out in somebody's living room or somebody's kitchen. That region has not lost focus of how important that community aspect is. And every single person that I know that has experienced success in this Isagenix business, especially young people, it started with consistent events that were happening. They were stepping up and doing that brought people together and really so that they could interact and they could, see that they could be, we're becoming part of something bigger than themselves. It's that feeling that you get at the events. And so the people who haven't lost sight of that, those are the people who are experiencing growth right now. And so if there's one thing that I know we're speaking about a lot on calls right now, it's that, go host the tasting party in your kitchen. Go, host a launch party. Go put on an event. Get people together, because that is what is kind of the glue that really holds everything together and really creates a lot of enthusiasm.
Yeah. Yeah. And with, social media, everyone is so connected, but so disconnected. They're actually the loneliest people nowadays because everyone's behind their computer. And so bringing people together physically is incredible. And even just traveling to team, I've noticed that a lot. Like they're like, oh, I love that you came. So traveling to team has helped a bunch as well. So before we kind of get, because I know we're kind of coming to the end, I would love for you to talk about the retreat and what to focus on to get there. What should people be focusing on to really get to that retreat for start?
Well, this start retreat, I'm sure everybody knows we're going to Machu Picchu. We're going in April of 2019. We're taking the top 50 businesses that are start 1,000 and also hit the points qualification. And so, I mean, really the focus of the whole promotion is around enrollments and rank advancing those people. So yeah, you can earn points by enrolling people, but you earn a lot more points by rank advancing those people, and which is even more reason to get bold about sharing with people how to get their products paid for, how to earn, income by sharing the Isagenix products with other people. And so that's why we just wanted to keep it so simple. So new enrollments, of course, the lifeblood of this business. And you think back to like, when are you most excited in Isagenix? Like, when is your energy the highest? Typically it's after you bring somebody in new to the business. You just enroll a new customer, and there's something about it, new possibility, a new person that you can serve and help, a new person that's going to get to see the full gift of Isagenix. That's so fulfilling. So new enrollments, but what's probably even more fulfilling is having that person go consultant, or having that person go manager or director, and watching them crush and knock out their goals. And so with these new people that are coming in, make sure again that you're showing them, you share, they share. You're asking them, how much money would make a big difference for you over the next 90 days? And would you be open to having me show you exactly how to get there? Walk them through the steps. That's how you earn the most points in this trip. And so if you get consistent with that activity, obviously you're going to earn points. And what's so unique about this trip right now is that there's kind of like two leaderboards. There's the leaderboard of people that are in the top 50 point earners. And then there's the leaderboard of people who are start 1,000 and the top 50 point earners. And so just because you're a top 50 point earner doesn't mean you're going to go on the trip. You have to hit start 1,000. So you could be like the 120th point earner and you're a start 1,000, and you could still earn your way to the trip because not enough people hit start 1,000 at the end of the contest period. So we did that with the intention that, people are in it till the very end. And the last time I checked just a few days ago, but I think like 14 or 15 points was in 50th place. So it's anybody's ball game right now. But I would say that the two things I would focus on, bringing in new customers, and with those new customers, showing them how to get paid.
And that goes right along with Dash to Disney and going executive. And so it's just the same thing that our compensation plan is. So just keep focused with those things. And you guys announced enrolling 15 people minimum by January. So we're really excited about that. Is there anything that you can, I don't know if you could share anything, but is there anything that you'd like give us tips for bringing in new enrollments right now? Anything that we could utilize, or I don't know, any tips?
Well, what I know is next year at New Year Kickoff, we're launching probably the biggest global promotion that we've ever put together. And, many people will wait till the next event to get inspired and fired up and get into action. And what I know is that what we're doing right now in September, October, November, and December is going to set the whole tone for 2019. It's going to be the determining factor whether your business and your year starts off really on the right foot with a lot of momentum, or whether it starts off really, really slow out of the gates and you're just like wishing you would have done a lot more, in these last 3-4 months of the year. There's such a delayed effect in this business. I mean, for those of you who've been around Isagenix for some years, you know that what you do today or what you do next week or this month doesn't necessarily show up next month or even the next month. But what you consistently do over the next 3, 4, 5 months, that's really what's going to set the tone for 2019. And because people really start getting consistent and in action, all of a sudden people start coming out of the woodwork and they start becoming ready 3, 4, 5 months down the road because of all of the seeds that you've been planting over these last, month, 2, 3 months. And so, but if you're not planting any seeds, if you're not having conversations, if you're not talking to people about the business, you're not, sowing any seeds that can really flourish in 2019. And so now's the time to get ahead of the game and start out 2019 on the right foot and set yourself up for something that is going to be extremely exciting, that we're going to launch it at NYKO for the global Isagenix family. So, and let's face it, there's nothing that feels better than action. Like when we decide to get into action, and it doesn't matter what action it is, talking to people, going and doing an event, following up with somebody, getting on stage for the first time, going and doing a call for your first time, that action feels so much better than the pain of just stagnation and sitting there just like in self-doubt and like procrastination. It's just like, that is like the worst feeling on the planet, is just sitting there being like, man, I should really be doing something, but instead I'm just going to pretend like I'm doing something and then post it on social media and hope I get a lot of likes. The truth is, it's about like not being so attached to what you're putting on social media. Get laser focused and go get into activity using, doing the income producing activities. That's what's ultimately going to, create momentum and get you excited. And that's the fun part of this business. It's the inactivity that is the least fun, most painful part. Just like getting people to an event, the pain of getting people to an event is so much less painful than sitting at the event and looking at your row and being like, I just should have done way more to get people here. It's called post-event regret syndrome. It's like a horrible syndrome to have, is like sitting at the event and being like, oh, I just did nothing. I should have gotten way more people here. And there's just nothing more fulfilling than seeing your whole row just like packed, people getting lit up and excited because you took the time and you were bold enough to get them to that event. And so anyway.
So good. You guys, now is the time. Now is the time. And we know that people get stuck during this season with weight gain and things like that. We have an amazing gift. So share it. Erik, thank you so much for just everything that you gave us. We always have a challenge for you guys every week. We have a challenge for you this week. Before we announce it, is there anything that you want to leave us with, Erik? Anything specific? Any words? I mean, you just gave us some truth bombs and mic drops, but is there anything else?
Well, I would say a lot of people kind of, people always kind of ask, what's the secret? What's the one thing? They're like, save yourself the time of trying to figure out what the secret is or the one thing is, and just go do something. I mean, that feels so much better. And honestly, the people that I talk to that are really growing and having a lot of momentum, one of the first things they say is, Erik, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just so excited. I'm just talking to people. And like, I don't even know how the compensation plan works, but I'm just like going and telling people are excited because I'm excited. And that is so good. That is like such a good thing. So this like paralysis by analysis of trying to figure things out is never going to get any of us anywhere. And so I guess the number one thing that I would give is just stop trying to figure it out and just go do it, and just go fall on your face and go mess up and go like just be willing to be bad. I mean, the first time that I spoke on stage, it's not like I got up and was just like so eloquent and graceful and I was just like born. I was a freaking disaster. I was awful. That's the case with any like speaker, professional athlete, whatever. Everybody starts out as a disaster. But they figure it out along the way. And so anyway, I see it in the comments. Don't overcomplicate it. Just go get excited. People are looking for something to get excited about. And that's the number one thing that people follow is belief and certainty and enthusiasm. Meredith, a lot of our star ambassadors, Audrey McLeod, I don't care what they would be, are selling. It's like, I just want it because of how excited they are about it. And so many people are just going through the motions of life and they have nothing to get excited about. And so people are looking for somebody to light them up. And so anyway.
That's so good.
Nothing replaces enthusiasm.
Oh, so good. I know. This one guy I enrolled one time. He was like, I didn't even know what you were selling. You were just so excited. I wanted it. I was like, okay. So we have Julie Coughlin. She's going to share with you guys your dream work for the week. I'm so excited. She learned it at ICU Chicago. So go ahead, Julie.
Hey guys, thank you so much, Erik. You actually teed this up beautifully and you didn't even know it. So we're going to talk about the dream work for this week, you guys. First of all, thank you so much for everybody carving out their time to get on here. And Erik, so much wisdom. I actually took 4 pages of notes, and while notes are amazing, action is everything, right? So be so inspired by Erik's words and the way he poured into us today, and let's go out and get into action. So at ICU Chicago, which was seriously the best ICU I think I've ever been to since joining Isagenix in 2012. It was literally on fire. For the people in that room, we left flying high. So if you didn't catch the live stream, try to catch some of the stuff in recordings. It was absolutely amazing. But at that event, Emily Vavra challenged us to do 30 presentations in 30 days. And today we are talking about action. And I want to put this challenge out to all of you to start today. Your dream work is to lay yourself a plan and to get into action to do 30 presentations in the next 30 days. So here is a little caveat for you guys. So we are in the business of connecting and helping people be connected to a solution we have to offer to them. We are not spammers. That is not our jam. But what you're going to have to do is reach out to people. Connecting with them is wonderful, but a presentation is actually showing them a tool, talking to them about Isagenix. It is not just a straight connecting point. And Erik is so right that the work we're doing right now and in Q4 is going to set the tone for what your 2019 is going to look like. There is big stuff on the horizon, you guys. We want to be in action right now. And I want to give you guys just a huge insider tip. I had the Capture the Essence socials in my market last week. And if I knew they were coming to my market, like now moving forward, that's going to be a huge way to help you get your 30 presentations in the next 30 days. So what I want you to do is to go to isagenixevents.com, and I want you to look at not only if Capture the Essence event socials are happening in your market, but what other markets are they happening in where you know people. And getting people to those events could literally help you get all 30 presentations in the next 30 days done. Those events are amazing. Literally, I wish I had had 50 more people at every single one of them. The natural ease in which you can share Isagenix using those socials. You have leaders to help you. You have people that are going to cast the vision for you. Plug into those events. You are missing a huge opportunity if you don't. There's a ton of Super Saturdays coming up as well. Use the events and use the tools. But the challenge in our dream work this week, how can you get 30 presentations in 30 days? Go back to your leader. Lay out a plan for yourself. You can reach out to Meredith, Christina, or myself if you're looking for somebody to help you to lay out a plan. But that's it, you guys. It's all about action. Erik motivated us today, and now we get to go out and do.
Yay. Woohoo, you guys. Are you fired up? I am so fired up. Let's go make this week amazing and go find an Essence tour near you. We'll see you guys later. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Erik.
Thanks, everyone. See ya.